Hello chess lovers, I have a very interesting game for you with a dramatic finish. With the white pieces playing Mikhail Tal and his opponent is Frank Reinemer. This is a game played in 1991. Tal had white pieces and he started with d4, f5 by Reinemer. Black is going for Dutch defense, knight f3, knight f6, bishop g5. At some point white can capture on f6, damaging black's pawn structure, knight e4, h4 and knight takes g5. Well, not a good move because after h takes g5, white is opening up the h file and later this rook can cause black a lot of problems. g6, black is going for this Leningrad Dutch type setups. Knight c3, d5, queen d2, bishop g7, queen f4, c6, white cancels queenside, queen d6, g3, bishop e6, both players are developing their pieces, knight d7, bishop d3, bishop f7, and Tal captures on d6. We see the exchange of queens. I guess that Frank Reinemer was very happy to exchange the queens with Mikhail Tal. Otherwise, Mikhail Tal could find some way to organize a dangerous attack. Rook h4, but even without queens, now he will manage to cause black a lot of problems. Bishop e6, knight e2, this knight is coming on this active f4 square, king f7, knight f4, rook e8, rook h1. White's position is now of course very active, knight f8. Black is defending a very passive square for the knight, of course, knight g1, bishop c8, knight e2. This knight is coming to support the second knight, king g8, king d2, centralizing the king, bishop e5, and g4. Mikhail Tal consolidated his position and now he's going for a breakthrough. Bishop takes f4, knight takes f4, rook e7, g takes f5, bishop takes f5, and we also see the exchange of light square bishops. And here comes rook h6. The rook is trying to penetrate black's camp. Rook g7. Well, playing rook d7 and protecting the pawn would have been very passive. White could play knight h5, later the knight could jump on f6 square. That's why after rook h6, black played rook g7. In return, black wants to capture the pawn on g5. Rook takes d6, rook takes g5, and rook d8. This is just demoralizing black's army. Tal is not allowing black to breathe. Right now there is a threat of rook takes f8 and then forking the king and the rook. King f7. Well, if king g7, again white can go for that rook f8 move. If rook takes f8, then knight e6 check, and in the end of the day white is a piece up. That's why after rook d8 we see king f7 covering the e6 square. Rook b8, rook g7. But Tal is not even going to capture on b7. He first plays rook h6. The second rook is also coming. King g8 protecting the pawn on b7, but here comes knight e6 with a deadly threat. Rook f8 checkmate. Rook f7. f4, not allowing any possible f4 moves by black. a6. And here comes a3, and believe it or not, but in this position Frank Reinemer resigned. It turns out that actually black is in Zugzwang. Right now all black can do is to move his pawns on the queen side. This rook on h square is dead, the knight is pinned, and black can't even move away the rook because of this rook takes f8 checkmate. Right now, as I have already mentioned, all black can do is to move his pawns. For example, if a5, then white can just make waiting moves with his rook. Rook c8, for example. If a4, again, rook b8. If b6, rook a8, b5, rook b8. If c5, then white can already start collecting all those black pawns. d4, it takes d4, and finally after rook f6, rook takes f6, and then checkmate is coming, it's over. What a game! This calm a3 move was the last nail on black's coffin. If you enjoyed this beautiful game, don't forget to give the thumbs up or subscribe to my channel. More games are coming. Good luck.